Welcome to a market recap. Today I did not take any trades. The primary reason is market didn't offer me no setup, but there was, setups there. That setup was really low probability, as you guys know. For my CRT, it cannot be disrespected. First, second, it cannot have the wrong model number one. Thirdly, it must spread out a legit low or legit high. In this case today, all of them happened, right? Which is all low probability setup, which I did not take. But let's get straight into it. While we're looking for a long here, and let's get straight into it, right? Weekly time frame. We had a weekly, weekly ERL to IRLs, Oligo inversed. So we're going to the highlight because the IRL, which is this weekly ERL. So from this weekly ERL, we're going to want to go back down, but we don't have a fair value gap yet. So I was still looking for that push up because there was no fair value gap here being created. So I did not care about the weekly time frame. The daily time frame had a daily SMT with the Monday low. So Monday low is definitely protected. A classic expansion profile to the upside. Monday low of the week. We had a daily CRT to the upside, and that was enough for a bearishness. I don't see nothing. I just saw a daily SMT divergence to the downside and a classic expansion profile profile one, Tuesday high of the week. And I just, that didn't make sense. It just made more sense of us going bullish rather than bearish. And we had a SMT IRL to ERL as well, right? So if we go to the 4-hour time frame, as you guys remember, like after the last trade I did a recap, market had a drawn liquidity, but market stopped me out by 0.1 tick. And yeah, I think how they say it, break even is like a scam. Why is it a scam? Because break even could be your OTE. Not could be. Break even is your OTE and your stop loss is your total soup, right? That's the best way to answer that question. And the reason I broke even, if I were to break even at the order block of the CISD, I would have not been stopped out. But my entry of the prop firm got me a higher entry price point. So, it's a little different, right? So yeah, that's that, right? So just gave me like a 7 pip difference, and that 7 pip difference literally stopped me out. And news didn't even go down to the CISD entry, right? It just went down to my entry, just went up, right? It just ticked it by 1 tick, and yeah. So yesterday's setup was still bullish, right? We're still looking for a longs here. We're looking to go to the 50% mark of the daily CRT, right? Which got met on learning session as well. What else we had here? We had a range look at soup. Want to buy? We're gonna go to the range high right over here. How does our range? There's a daily CRT low. How does our range high? There's a daily CRT high, right? We had a daily range as well. And the other reason why I was very well looking for a long up here rather than bearish, because this daily range, the low of the daily range was SMT'd on, right? So that means it's protected. So this daily range should be bullish, right? Because the higher time is bullish. So a daily discount, this is premium. We want to be buying on discount. We want to sell in premium, as well as the discount of the daily range got tapped. So we're going to daily range high, which is all over here. And what else do we had here? We had a bullish order flow, right? And we had, as a 4-hour key level, we had this 4-hour order block that's pressed out. There's a range low. And that was enough for us to take this trade. We were looking for a near continuation. If I'm bullish, I want the London session to make the low of the day. In this case, London session did make the low of the day, so I was looking for a long here. I'm pretty sure we had an SMT divergence with the low as well. Go to a lower time frame. We as well had an SMT divergence with these lows, right? So that was another conflict that we could have. So basically another daily CRT. We go down to the EU. So basically another daily CRT with the SMT divergence. But there was literally no setup for that trade to the upside. And yeah, Joe only got met. And yeah, for New York session, I was still looking to see if I could milk a little bit more higher. But Morgan about to give it a setup, right? And our only setup was around 9 a.m. And the 9 a.m. never gave us a setup either, right? So if we go to around 9 a.m. right over here, that's our CRT. We're going from hourly IRL to ERL, right? So miniature drawn look was right over here, right, for the day. So you can see right over here, the low of the CRT was not a legit low. So market, game back down, swoop that out, give it a model one confirmation. This is why I prioritize following your rules. This is why I say focus on the highest probably setups, right? So if I were to be a dumb trader, I would long this and I'll get stopped out. I would long this as well, I'll get stopped out, right? Why would I get stopped out? Simply because like it's low probability, right? Like, I'm greedy. I want to make money, right? Sometimes it's gonna work, sometimes it's not, right? But this is why I say my rules are my rules. They're there to protect you, right? Or the rules are there to give you a not unnecessary loss, right? If I would take it straight, it's gonna be unnecessary loss, right? If I would take it straight, unnecessary loss. So two losses in a day, right? That's negative two RR, right? Would I want that, or would I want no losses, right? Because why? Well, how would I avoid this trade? Simply by looking at the low. The CRT low did not have a legit low, so market pressure out the low, which is not a legit low. So we're looking for this to get purged. Market came back up, pressure out that low, and it's low that the CISD never, the CISD market never gave the CISD here, right? You can see the number one never happened here. Press that out and hit 10 a.m. candle. There was no setup, so market actually disrespected my CRT, so I was done for the day. And the topic is focus on the highest probably setup, man. Just get a system and like basically cancel out every low probability setup, right? You know, this right here is a low probability setup. This right here is a low probability setup. This right here is not even a setup, by the way, because market there's no hourly CRT in play. There was hourly CRT in play right over here, right? It's out of the 9 a.m. candle, but you were not to you're not gonna trade that, right? Because for the near continuation is you can't use that candle. You can only use candles from 7 a.m. I mean anywhere between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right? Anything after that, no, right? So yeah, and that's what happened. So looking for a long, just focus on the highest probability setups, man. This is if you guys don't focus on the highest probability setup, you're just taking unnecessary losses, right? And that's what my rules is here for. I had a psychology problem where I thought, okay, let me long this, right? It looked good, but you gotta get. I didn't take action on it, right? I did have thoughts, but I didn't take action on it, right? But I should have not even think about like that, right? I want to be real with you guys. I'm not gonna be and come here try to fake it out. I did have some sort of emotion right around here. I was like, okay, let me long this, and this looked nice, right? Because you know, it just to me just looked nice. But guess what? That was not my setup, right? There was nothing that was in here that was my setup. Why is it not my setup? Not a legit low. Simply as that, right? Simple as that. It was not a legit low, so it was not my setup, right? So I should have like, okay. I decided like I'm not gonna take the trade regardless of the outcome because I know that my rules, my habits are actually the one making me money, right? It's not me pressing this long button, right? Even if it goes in a win, over the long term, if I let's just say this one goes in a win, I get a same scenario like this, long this get stopped out, long this get stopped out, right? Long this one gets stopped, being drawn on, right? Eventually get stopped out the next day, right? On this trade, and 17 o'clock or 17 o'clock on Friday, your trade's gonna be stopped out automatically. Why? Because of the prop firm needs to shut down, right? It's just like 3 unnecessary losses for no reason here, right? So you know what I mean? So that's why you want to focus on building your habits and getting satisfaction from building your habits and focus on that process. I focused on that process today. I built good habits. I'm satisfied, right? That's why I did not take none of these trades. That's just why your rules are there, right? This is why you don't, you know, saying this is why you want to avoid as much as loss as you can, right? Because as a human psychology, they can't, you know, afford to lose too much, right? In a psychology way, not about money, but psychology way. Your mind can't keep on seeing red after red, right after red, right? I could see like 32 reds in a row, but after 32 reds in a row, I'm gonna mess up, right? But that's rare cases. I do have losing streak, right? Like 2 weeks ago, I had 5 losing streak. Broke my rule, right? I broke literally. It was not legit low. I broke my rule. The SM divergence happened when both pairs, you know, pairs out the CRT low. And guess what? That SMT broke my other rules. So broke my rule. I didn't have the right time to purge. I took trades in a day, right? I broke my rule and I lost negative 5 RR. And guess what? 2 trades made it all back, right? 2 trades made me go right back in profits, right? The first one was the 2 trades I took had the right time to purge and a legit low and the right model one. Guess what happened? I made all my profits back and profits, right? My rules and your habits are there to actually make you money, right? And that right there, that specific time, I used it as a confluence, like as a way to know, okay, if I'm doing the way this is what's gonna happen. And guess what happened? I lost negative 5 RR, right? So that means I have lost negative 5 RR, unnecessary 5 losses, right? Those 5 unnecessary losses for no reason, right? That's just why you gotta say focus on the highest probability setups, avoid low probability, and you know how they say it. I mean, even people who take the low probability setup, like okay, I'm gonna de-risk, but that's unnecessary loss. You're just risking your capital for a bad reward, right? Because it's going to be a high risk and a low reward. Why? Because eventually you're going to lose more, right? You're going to lose way more than you actually make, right? Let's just say he does hit take profit. Guess what? You're risking less and you're making less, right? And I would rather risk the same or even more and follow my rules and make profit rather than me, saying even making profit on the low probability setups, but I make less, right? It doesn't make sense, right? So if you want to be great in trading, if you want to be professional, what does professional traders focus on? They focus on the highest probability setup. If the high probability setup occur one time a week, you're gonna take one trade a week. If it occurs 2 times a week or 3 times a week, this week I had 3 setups, right? Monday was a loss, right? Tuesday made all the losses back. It was a 4 hour, but I missed it out. It's a 4.5 hour, I missed it out, right? It's fine. This trade right here made it all back in profits, right? This one was an 8 RR, right? From this 5-minute CISD, right? From this 5-minute CISD to all the way this 50% mark of the daily CRT, it made all my profits back, right? You can see right over here. Let me go and draw the marking here, right over here. Let me show you guys real quick. Right? Boom. If I just go drag it from this, share this right over here. Boom. Stop loss right below it. Shoot. 7.6 RR, 7.6 pips stop loss. Big profit all over here. The 50% mark of the day of CRT. Why are we going for 50% mark? It's Thursday and Friday. So Thursday and Friday, you want to go for a, what do you call it? You want to go for a classic take profit because market needs to close at a fair price. And our entry was right on this. Right over here. You see, offer as a 9 RR, but I only had a ARR set up because prop firm, right? You see, it take profit. You made all the back plus profits, right? And I unfortunately got stopped out right over here. The reason I got stopped out because my entry, you see, to this entry was at 83.03, right? And the market, the low was at 83.08. My entry on the prop firm was 83.09. So you just take my stop loss by 0.1 tick. That's fine, right? But you can see, that's why I say, that's what I say, break even is a scam. That's why I told you guys to never break even too early. Only break even once you either take profit or stop loss, because break even could be your break even spot. Your entry could be your OTE. Stop loss could be the total soup, right? Stop loss, total soup, entry, OTE. In this case, you never hit the entry, but you hit a prop firm entry, right? Because spread plus the way you get in the trade usually mess up your entry, right? So that as well, right? So this is my market recap. Focus on the highest probability setup. If you don't focus on the highest probability setup, you're gonna take a lot of losses. And what does professional traders, what does traders who are actually profitable do, like me? Focus on the highest probability setup. We do not, what I'm saying, focus on low probability setup, right? If you want to be great, you have to do what's, if you want to be great in trading, you have to do what really takes, right? So if being great means taking the highest probability setup, then you have to take the highest probability setup, right? And yeah, this is my market recap. And the negative 5 RR I had, the 5 losing streak I had, was just a test, experiment that I wanted to do. Like, okay, if I don't follow my rules, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have negative 5 RR, I'm gonna have negative 8 RR, losing streak, I'm gonna have 20 losing streak, right? So that literally told me, okay, I must follow my rules. I cannot break my rules, right? You should be doing the same thing to you, right? You could be learning from me, or you could just go experience yourself and just use unnecessary capital and do the same thing to me, be in the same position as me, right? So yeah, eventually end up in the same position as me. So thank you for watching. See you guys later. Join our Discord, link description down below. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.